Okay, so let's talk about The Intern. The 2015 movie, Robert De Niro, Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, great film. And the premise, it's just so unusual right from the start.
Exactly. You've got De Niro playing Ben Whittaker. He's, what, 70, retired widower?
Mm-hmm. Feeling a bit, adrift maybe.
Yeah, restless. And he ends up applying for this senior intern position.
At an online fashion startup about the sit, which is like the polar opposite of his previous life, presumably.
Right. Run by Anne Hathaway's character, Jules Ostin. Super driven, much younger founder.
And that initial setup, it's just ripe for exploring stuff, isn't it? This very experienced guy stepping back into the workforce, but in a completely modern, kind of high-pressure environment.
It is. It's sort of a fish-out-of-water thing, but different somehow.
Yeah, not just for laughs. It feels like there's more going on.
Definitely. And, initially, Jules, she doesn't really have big plans for him, does she?
No, not at all. It seems like she almost inherited him through the program. Doesn't quite know what to do with him.
He's just kind of there.
Yeah.
Which I think says a lot about maybe initial assumptions based on age or background.
Oh, absolutely. That's a key point, right? In that fast-paced tech world, maybe the default assumption is that someone older, more traditional, maybe they can't keep up.
Or don't fit in.
Yeah, exactly. So her initial view kind of sets up that bias, and then the film starts to, untack it.
And it happens pretty quickly, actually.
Yeah.
There are those funny moments, sure, like with the tech stuff.
The Facebook thing.
Right. But it moves past that quite fast to show the unexpected value he brings. And that's where it gets really interesting, I think.
Totally. What is it about him? It's not just like fixing the messy desk, although he does that too.
Yeah, true.
But beyond the practical, Ben offers something else, doesn't he? It's like this wealth of people skills.
Yeah.
Wisdom.
Calmness, yeah. A sort of traditional professionalism, maybe.
Exactly. In that chaotic startup culture, those qualities are suddenly really valuable. Grounding, even.
It makes you think, in the rush for the new thing, the innovation.
Yeah.
Do we sometimes miss the value of that established experience?
I think we do. And De Niro's performance is crucial here. He's not playing Ben as, clueless or out of touch.
No, not at all. He's sharp, observant. He genuinely wants to help.
Right. Which feels important. It helps the film avoid just being about stereotypes, Older guy versus young tech people.
Definitely. It lets that relationship with Jules develop more authentically. It feels earned.
Yeah, it's built on this growing mutual respect. They start seeing each other's strengths. What did you think about how that connection specifically evolves?
For me, it's watching Jules.
Mm-hmm.
She starts off so independent, maybe a bit closed off.
Yeah, has to be, running that company.
Right. But she slowly, kind of tentative at first, starts leaning on Ben, not just for work tasks, but as a confidant.
Mm-hmm.
He becomes this sort of steady presence in her really hectic life, both work and personal stuff later on.
That's such a vital part of it. It subtly shows maybe the isolation that can come with being the boss, especially young, facing all that pressure.
Yeah, who do you turn to?
Exactly. And Ben, he's outside the usual office politics. He has this life experience. He can just listen, offer stability.
Makes you think about the different kinds of support you need, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Not just colleagues.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Definitely. Different kinds of mentors, maybe.
The film also really gets into finding purpose again, right? For Ben, this internship isn't just killing time.
No, it seems to genuinely reignite something for him. Connection, feeling valued after being retired.
So what's it saying about, retirement itself? Is it challenging that idea?
I think so. It pushes back against retirement just being about stopping. It suggests, staying engaged, learning new things that can be fulfilling at any age.
The purpose doesn't have to end with a career path.
Exactly. And then you see the flip side with Jules, the sheer pressure of being an entrepreneur.
Oh, yeah. The rapid growth, investors. Being a working mom, It's relentless.
It does show that intensity. And what's interesting is how Ben's kind of steadier pace sometimes contrasts with her frantic energy.
Maybe there are different ways to handle that pressure.
Maybe, though, some people did feel the film shifted a bit in the second half.
Ah, right. I've heard that too. The focus on Ben and Jules, the core relationship maybe got a bit diluted.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Other plot lines come in, things get resolved, and maybe that central dynamic isn't quite as front and center as it was initially.
It's a tricky balance in storytelling, isn't it? When you've got such a strong central pairing.
It really is. There was maybe a sense it tried to wrap up a few too many threads towards the end.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But despite that, I mean, the overall feeling seems really positive. People really respond to the characters.
Oh, absolutely. De Niro as Ben, he's just so likable, supportive, charming. It was a great role for him, kind of different.
Yeah, very warm. People loved that character.
Definitely resonated.
So when you boil it down, what's the main thing that sticks with you from The Intern?
For me, it's really about that intergenerational thing, the value of connecting across age gaps, and the idea that wisdom experience, it's not just a one-way street from old to young.
Right, and that we shouldn't make assumptions.
Exactly. Look beyond the surface, and you might find unexpected mentors or mentees or just valuable connections. Growth can happen in surprising ways.
It leaves you thinking, doesn't it? About maybe who in your own life, regardless of their age or what they do, you could learn something surprising from.
Or who might learn something from your perspective,
Yeah, that learning really can flow both ways. Good thought to end on.